$1,000? $1,000 million. Okay. I don't know how many zeros are there. Anyway, $1,000 million. Yes, Paras, what would you ask for?
I was also saying
$1,000 million. Ask a little more than him so that you are more successful. $1,001 million. Yes, Amit. Rolls Royce car he wants. Yes, who wants? Rajan. Yes. What do you want?
Okay.
$100
million.
$100 million. Okay. Now look at. Now good news is you don't have to pay anything for it. It's only barter system. So I'm going to ask something that you have. You are supposed to give it to me, and whatever you ask, I'm going to give it back in return. Is it a good thing? Very nice. Now, Paras, you want how many million? $10,000 million. Next moment you are going to get it, but you should give me that shoes. Is it agreeable? Yeah, I can easily take it, isn't it? That shirt, but $10,000 million will come to you immediately. You will give? Imagine nobody is there. That pant also? Yes. Take anything that you want, isn't it? And then give me that $10,000 million. I tell him, yes, Paras, you want that $10,000 million, am I right?
Yes.
That's so very important. You want now itself? Then give me that happiness. He gives that. And then he gets that $10,000 million in his hand, leads the most miserable life anybody can live in this life. This is what happens to all those people we think that very, very successful people. They are paid happiness as a price and achieve success in their life, that becomes meaningless. You may look at him going in that Mercedes-Benz S-Class car, sitting at the back, but inside the car, every time his cell phone rings, the blood pressure goes up and comes. Okay. What is the status of life? He has to look at the newspaper and see every day in the morning. You may be staying in the presidential suite in this Taj Hotel, but he cannot even have his breakfast properly. He has more tablets to eat. That's how he lives his life, because he paid happiness as a price. This is the mistake most people do while selling books. For example, Paras goes to a gym. He starts working out. Bodybuilding. After 6 months, he finds his body is almost like now Salman Khan body he has got. How do you like it, Paras?
I will like it.
You will love it, isn't it? Again, he works out. After 1 year, he has almost become like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yes. Now, how would he be? Wherever you see Paras, he will be standing like this. This is how probably you see banner of Paras everywhere, hoardings, bodybuilding. Now, Samuel also sees this. Right? That fellow also went to the gym. Let me also go to the gym. Now, Samuel goes and starts working in the gym. After 6 months, he finds only here little bit. Nothing else is happening. But he doesn't want to give up. He works. After 1 year, he finds this place alone so much he has come with. Can he be happy with this?
No.
Why? What has happened to him?
Cancer.
Cancer. It is cancer. One-side growth is cancer in life. And this is what most of the time we do in our life when we set goals. One-side growth. It ruins our life. Life is multi-dimensional. So many dimensions are there in life. Every side we should grow. That is called living life. We have always learned to a point there are 4 directions: north, south, east and west. Then we were told no, in between there is another direction. So there are always 8 dimensions. Life also has these 8 important dimensions. On that, there are 7 dimensions that are so very important in your life, you need to set goals. Now, what are these 7 dimensions? You don't even have to write down that. I'll tell a story. Just visualize and see as if the story is happening on the last week. The story begins now. You are first seeing a mountain. What is it you are seeing?
Mountain.
Okay. Which mountain you can think about? Himalayas? Everest. There is a road that's going to the top of the mountain. the others, family is sitting there. The van is driven by a professional. A professional means not in driving ambulance. You know, he is a professional in kidnapping people. And anybody you tell him, you will kidnap them quickly. And he is the best to kidnap people this country has ever had so far. Which name comes to you first? Veerappan comes. He is from South. You know this guy? Yeah, Veerappan. He is driving the ambulance. So what are all the things you have seen so far? Tell me.
Mountain.
Louder, everybody. Mountain, road, and ambulance. Lalu family, professional. Veerappan. Inside the ambulance, Lalu is sitting. He has got 2 suitcases. Now, Snegal, you travel, you carry suitcase. Am I right? What will you carry in that suitcase?
Clothes.
Clothes. Now, Lalu is carrying suitcase. What will he carry? Money. Fully money is there. Yeah. Next to Lalu ji, madam is sitting. Who is the madam? Ramide. She is reading a book. Don't get surprised. She is reading a book, How to Speak in English. And the man further goes inside a village. Now, what are all the things you have seen so far? Mountain, loud. Mountain, road, time, ambulance, Satu family, village. All the village people gather around the van. Veerappan gets showed with a suitcase. Starts distributing the money to everybody. Now, we may look at him as a criminal, but to them he is like one Robin Hood. They are all so happy to see this guy and they are worshipping him. And Veerappan is blessing them all. With this particular picture or story comes to you. Is it an easy picture to remember? Yes? If you can remember this picture alone, my dear friends, let me tell you. You have learned everything about balancing life and how to set goals in your life, how to make your life meaningful. Anything you consider as a goal should satisfy 3 important parameters, otherwise they are not called goals. Now what are they? Let's go one by one. What is the first thing did you see there?
Mountain.
When I said mountain, which is the mountain you say? Everest. You did not say this Lonavala also there is a mountain. You did not think about it, you only thought about Everest. Why? That is the highest. You can never think about, you could never think any other mountains, you only thought the highest that you ever came in. This is the first parameter for a goal. The goal has to be the highest you can ever think in your life. Otherwise, it's not a goal. Do not underestimate the power of the Creator. You have been created for achievement. You cannot have small things. Think about the biggest that you can ever think in your life. Only that can be set as a goal. So big, it should inspire you. Otherwise, it's not a goal. Sometimes, even if you cannot achieve it, really doesn't matter. But set a goal that inspires so much. You know this Subhash Chandra Bose. He had a goal. What was his goal? He said, give me your blood. I'm going to give you freedom. Did he achieve his goal? No. He vanished. Mystery in the history. We really do not know what happened to this man. Whether he achieved or did not achieve is immaterial. Because in the history of this country, among all the freedom fighters, the person who is considered as the most powerful is Subhash Chandra Bose. Because the power of his goal was so much. You are the first man who set a goal, I'll create Indian Army. Look at the power of that goal, inspires. Look at that young girl. Who was that girl who took the sword to fight? What was her goal? I want surrender. She was fighting for her own rights. Did she win the battle? No. What happened? She died? She was killed. Like, they killed her. She did not know the power of the guns in front of her. According to the result of that battle, she was the biggest failure. But whether she won the battle or lost the battle is immaterial, because in the history of this country, till this today, it is looked at the most courageous woman who lived in this country was only Jhansi Rani. Look at that as a goal. When the rest of the women did not got the job. So very good. This is how goals become. It doesn't inspire at all. You should look at a goal that truly inspires. Goals can never be an expression of your desperate situations in your life. Goal should always be an inspiration to live your entire life. This is called a goal. So let it be high. Then what is the second one you saw in the picture? Mountain, then road. It should be on your way. It cannot be another person's way. You cannot build your building in another man's plot, isn't it? So you should be on your way. For example, I have great public speaking skills. What can I do with this? Okay, Modi has won the Prime Minister seat here, so that's not available right now for me. I look at Trump is now trumping. Okay, now the election is going to come. Obama won because of public speaking skills. So I will stand in that election. I will become the President of America, the number one powerful man in this world. It's a very high goal, but is it on my way? Not at all. I'll make a fool of myself. But if you fail to set a goal that IIT would be the number one training institution, which is going to create trainers, now I am failing. So look at it your way. What is the highest that you can think? You do not have to imitate some other people here. Then what is the third one? Time. Valued time is valued life. So your time that you set for your goal is so very important, that shows how much you value your own life here. So these are the basic three parameters for anything to be considered as a goal. Now there are 7 important dimensions we should set goals in our life. Let us look at them one by one. The first one, what did you see in the picture now? No, after the time. Ambulance. The most important goal and also the most neglected goal by most of us is health goal. We want to become responsible to many other people around us. Are we first of all responsible to our own self? There should be a goal to be fit. When I say fitness, you should be able to do anything that you have to perform without becoming tired. Then when you are fit. And there should be a goal for this. Because, for example, you buy a car. That Honda City car that is okay. Brand new Honda City car, or this is a better car than this. Audi car. You buy that. You drive this car from here to Pune. Will the car fail on the road? Why it will not fail?
Because they have instead of what the car is made proper machine.
Exactly. It is made in German. Germans are the most intelligent people in automobile industry. So it is the best engineering that has gone inside. It cannot fail. Am I right? If that Audi car cannot fail on the road, trust me, this body is 1,000 times more beautifully engineered than that car. It can never fail. But it fails so many times because maximum abused by us. Otherwise it cannot fail. For example, Sudhir, what do you like? Pepsi or Coke? Pepsi. So Sudhir always likes, you should mix with Pepsi. Anything that you drink. He buys that new Audi car, he loves that car so much, he takes it to the petrol bunk and says, now Audi car is also drinking petrol, but we should mix with Pepsi. And mixes equal Pepsi also inside. Then only that car will fail, otherwise it cannot fail. Right? This is what we do to our own self, continuous abusing. The biggest irresponsible act that we do is this body, how we treat it. It's a gift. Abusing the gift is abusing the giver. If you truly believe the body is the temple of God, fitness has to be the first religion in your life. You need to be absolutely fit. That we are in the profession of training where you have to stand every day 8 hours. And what you give to your class is the energy that you need. You need to be absolutely fit for this. Nowhere you can say, I am tired. You have to stand there and deliver. So fitness is the first. Then what is the second one? After ambulance? Another family? Yeah, Amit. You have only one family now, isn't it? You must set goals. Within the next 2 years, within the next 4 years, another family, at least in Pune. One more family. apart from that 10 months? What other goal you would have? What's difficult? Take care of them, isn't it? Yeah. Taking care of them is so very important. Thank you so much, my dear friends. It is my own conviction. You needn't accept what I'm saying. But I strongly believe this is one goal that I'm going to take care of her. Is the goal that stood up this level. Many years back, some 15-20 years back, a lot of engineering colleges were opening everywhere in 2000. I used to go and address these engineering students. I was the most wanted speakers in all those engineering colleges to go and speak to them. And every time when I used to go to these colleges, I used to say, girls more than the boys. I used to wonder, what are they going to do? Engineering college, boys will come and study. In my time, they never were there. And here, girls were more than the boys. I used to ask them, what is your goal in life? You know, the girls always say very high goals. Boys, most of the time, their goal was clearing all the arrears. Or maximum getting one job. Nothing else was there for them. But these girls always had very high goals. They not only had the high goals, they also proved every time. Isn't it? Whenever the 12th standard mark comes, who tops? That's only top. So intelligent, she's a school topper, state topper in school. She goes to college, she's a college topper. She goes to university, that's a gold medalist. And then she comes out with so much of dreams and ambitions, what she can do in her life. And then one guy marries her. Takes care of her. Okay, then she gets one daughter. Right from the first standard, that daughter has to be number one in fancy dress competition, singing competition, running competition. Everything she's number one. School topper, college topper, then she goes to university, there also a gold medalist. She comes out with great ambitions in life, and then one guy marries her. Takes care of her. Then another girl comes to the family. This is what is happening continuously for several decades here. I personally consider anybody who makes another person sign any form that says I am independent of this person, you have screwed up this freedom of this country. Everybody should be empowered. I went to an organization, an office, there were a lot of photographs put. The notice board, I asked the HR manager, why these pictures are put? He said they are all achievers. I was so happy, so many achievers in your office. What did they do? He said they all came on time. It's coming on time to the office, is it an achievement? Tell me. It's basic. If one doesn't even do that, that person should be thrown out. Am I right? That's what achievement. Taking care of them is the basic. If one doesn't even do that, then you cannot have a family for your life. But that cannot be a goal in your life. You should empower. You feel you can do many things, they also can do many things. You should be the reason for them to touch excellence in their own living. When I say empower, it doesn't mean earning money. They should feel that I live my life for you. Optimizing life. Leadership should always begin at home. Whenever at home, I always see a lot of people say, my son I am going to make this, my daughter I am going to make this. But I personally feel the most important person in your family is your wife. That's why you got a family. What have you made to her? She optimizing her life. So very important, that's leadership. So you should give the best to your family then. This is family too. Then what's next after that? Veerappan. Veerappan is a professional guru. He's a professional guy. You know? Professionally, we should be continuously growing in our life, especially in our country. This is what considered as success. There are many developed countries, they don't consider this as success. But here, what are you in your profession is very important. And a very basic rule I have always followed. You should look at every 2 years, where are you? Are you doing the same thing what you did 2 years back? Then sir, something terribly wrong. You should have grown. I always took this rule in my life, right from the beginning of my professional life. Every year I was in a different place. I was never in the same place. Continuously should be growing, otherwise you get stagnated and you start blaming the things around you. Organization, society, Mr. Modi is the biggest flaw. So many people will find flaw to say why I am not growing. But relook, every year should continuously do. This is the third. Then what is the fourth? Money. Financial goals. It's the backbone, my dear friends. We are all today so much involved in selfies. Am I right? Yeah. We took selfies, so enjoy the selfie so much. We enjoy the selfie, and the selfie shows how we look. But we stand there because of this backbone. It doesn't come in the selfie, but it is the reason why we enjoy and admire our own self. In a similar way, either a family or an organization, the backbone is only finance. If that goes wrong, you cannot admire yourself. You need to be very, very strong in your financial goal. Financial goal doesn't mean earning more and more, but having discipline. Financial disciplines must be there in life. This must be a very important goal in life. Then what is the fifth one? The book. Intellectual books. We all keep learning more and more through our own experiences in our life. This is called wisdom. But what I am talking here is professional knowledge. You need to upgrade your professional knowledge. Many years back it was said, after 8 years, if your professional knowledge will remain the same, you will be an outdated product in the market. Today it is not 8 years, 2 years. After 2 years, your professional knowledge will remain the same, you are an outdated product. Nobody is going to want you here. You need to continuously upgrade yourself, your professional knowledge. And what is the sixth? Village. This is community goal. We should be able to contribute something back to the community. It's a very, very important part of our life to experience happiness. Giving back doesn't mean that I find some people say, when I become big, when I achieve all these things, my dear friends, I will go to my village, I will open a school there, I am going to give education to all the children free. I really admire that vision in that person's life. But you need to ask yourself, today, are you giving at least one pencil box free to your child? If you are not doing that today, you will never build that school tomorrow. Giving back is never a matter of your status at all. It's a matter of our attitude. Everybody can do this and should be a part of our life. And what is the seventh? Worship. This is spiritual life. Spiritual dimension. In simple, we can look at that as experiencing the divinity within you through your performance quality. This is spiritual dimension. All these 7 dimensions we need to keep growing in life. Most people look at only professional. Family becomes miserable. Some people look at everything, money, professional, family, everything, health they lose. Life becomes miserable. We need to look at everything to be happy. Now, most of the goal setting sessions I've always seen, even they cover all these aspects of life, but they miss out one of the things which is the most important. That is the 8th dimension life. That makes life more beautiful. Now, what is this 8th dimension? It's exactly opposite to all these 7 dimensions. Now, this is called, this Rajan. He made movie songs. What was the first movie he played music in India? That song? What is the first song? This is the 8th dimension. Every one of us, there are so many beautiful desires that come within you. You should go and live it. You should not miss them. In fact, the most beautiful things in your life will always come in small parts, in small packages. But unfortunately, we are all so much been brainwashed and programmed to think, look at big, look at big, look at the meaning only. Life should be meaning, life should be meaning. If you all the time look at meaning in your life will only become meaningless in your life. Because you will miss all the small beautiful things that are around you. These are the most important in life. When I was a kid, I had 2 elder brothers. They were all very, very good in reading. My father was a voracious reader. He had a huge big library for him. So my brothers, everybody will read from that book. I would never go and read books. It was very, very bad. One day they were ridiculing me. You are a useless guy. You have never read even a single book in your life. How can you come and talk to us? I was so angry with them. I said, I am going to read a book today. I went into that library. There were several books. I did not know which book to read. I looked at everything. And I saw one book that was a big book. I went and took that book. And I started reading that book. My father came behind me and he was looking at me and asked, "Are you reading this book?" I said, "Yeah, I'm reading this book now." He said, "This is a dictionary." "Why are you reading this?" I did not know what was a dictionary. I asked him, "What do you mean dictionary?" Then he said, "It gives meaning. If you don't know, you can refer that. You should not read this." Then he gave me a story book. And then I opened the story book. There were a lot of words I did not know. I asked him, "So all the words I do not know in this story, should I look into this book now? Should I do or should I not do?" The beautiful advice I got from him on that day was, don't do that. You should not look at every word that you do not know. Then you will miss out the story itself. You will be only finding meanings for the words, and your story will become meaningless while you are reading in the book. As long as you understand the story, is more than enough. But certain pages, the story will be so interesting to you, so curious to you. You really want to know something about the story, and that's a word you do not know the meaning. That time open this book and see this. Don't be opening the book for every line, one word you do not know, then you will never enjoy the story. You will only looking for meanings in your life. This is how life is. Life is a beautiful story. You cannot be looking at everyday meaning and meaning and meaning and make your life meaningless. You should enjoy everything that is the beautiful things that are in your life. Imagine you are going for us to interview Mr. Modi. The question is, what is your plan for India? Is it a very important interview? He is in the train because he is going to become a trainer. So he is traveling in the train. He is preparing his questions. What are all the questions I should ask Mr. Modi? On the way to Delhi, the train stops in Nagpur. What is so special in Nagpur? You should forget Modi, get out and enjoy the oranges. Otherwise, you have missed the beautiful things that come in your life. You shouldn't miss them. This is where life's most beautiful part of our life remains. Somehow, most people ignore this. You should never ever ignore this. I'll tell you one of my stories. When I was in my college, I was in love with a girl. Madurai town, if you say you love somebody, means they will murder you. That's a bad people they were. But I was in love with this girl. She was in a different community, one of the most prominent families in that city. And these parents had very, very difficulty to accept me because I used to play rock music those days. If I had played Veena, they would have accepted. I was playing guitar. That Hindu guy playing guitar was very rare in those days. You know how I used to look? I had hair till here. A beard and saffron colored jippa was my permanent cloth. And every day I used to be in a bar playing guitar. Whatever you call as habits, ganja, whatever it is, everything I was addicted to. And I was playing music. Poor parents, how will they accept? They had so much of difficulties. My wife once told me that father told her, any other fellow in the city is working for us, except this fellow. This was my status. Finally, this girl so much fought with them and they had no other choice than to accept me. So I met her dad 2-3 times. And the final time when I met him, there was, of course, I did a haircut and all, and I went and met him. There was an unwritten agreement that came between both of us, that I should stop playing music. Then only this can happen. He said, "See, we are a very, very prominent family in this city, and if you are a son-in-law of this family, you are playing in the bar, guitar and all, what will people think about us? So if you want to play at home, but not this kind of places at all, you should not go and play guitar." I had to put in my balance, which is very important. This is important, that is important. Obviously, this was only looking big for me. I said, okay, I don't need to play music. I gave it up. I got married. We traveled many places. Then we worked hard. I came up in my life. We got 2 children. They grew up. Many years went by. After 20 years, one day I was in Chennai. My daughter was well grown up. She was in college. She had gone to a music concert where one of her close friends was releasing an album. My son, my wife and I, we went to pick her up. I was driving the car. She came out of that auditorium and she got inside the car so excited to show that album which her friend released. She said, "All of you, listen to this music of my friend." She played the music in the car. It was nice rock music that was going on. I was driving the car and I said, "Yeah, it's very nice music your friend is playing." Then I just like that told, even I used to play the same kind of music before. My daughter looked at me and said, Appa, do you know this is rock music? Do you know what is rock music? And I said, what? I said, no. This music only we used to play in Madurai before. When I said Madurai, my son couldn't accept this. He was sitting in the back seat. Suddenly, I saw him in the front seat, jumped and came to the front seat. He couldn't control his laughter. He said, Madurai city, you play rock music in that temple, they do this. This is not rock music. He said, rock music means there should be guitar, there should be drums. This is called rock music. Do you know that? I said, oh my God, the children of mine don't even know that I could play this. I wanted to show them this. I can play rock music. That year I was organizing a New Year party. I went around to meet all those people who used to play music with me 20 years back. Each one was a different. I said, oh, got them together and said, why not we play one time? Show my children that we play music. So we formed a band again on the same day. We played music. Now, today we are the #1 rock band in Chennai. And then I came here. Every time when we play music, my children and their friends are the biggest crowd down there cheering for every song that we play now. Now this desire of mine would have probably died within. But then I felt one moment, I should get this. It's my right to live my desires. How can I say no? In fact, when I came to play again, my father-in-law was not a problem. He was a big fan for us. He will sit and listen to every song that we play. But I had other people who came and said, you should not do this. Especially some of my good friends, image management people, they came and said, Rajan, you are a big trainer, a renowned trainer, you are coaching people on living and life. 15 years, for example, anybody more than 15 years in the training industry. What should they become after that? Tell me. Our country, hierarchy, what is the next level?
Yes.
Swamijis. So you are supposed to become a Swamiji. At this stage of my life, if I go to a bar, tell everybody, come on, take your glass and come, let us rock music here. What will people think about me? Your image will be spoiled. You cannot do this. So many people came and told me this. But then I looked at them and said, why should I care? I'm living my life. I'm not living my life to get contact certificates from people around me. This is my life. I do what I want to do in my life. If you want to accept me, you can accept me. I'm your friend. If you don't accept me, most of you, I don't care who you are. I don't have to project myself in front of anybody, something different. This is what I am and I will live the way I live my life. Now I enjoy playing music. Now look at your life. You shouldn't live the life of other people what they want you to do. Then you are not living your life at all. Every desire of yours, you have the right to go and live it. When you see that burial ground, what is buried there? Bodies. 100 bodies and 1 million intentions are buried there. What is the point? All your intentions and desires, other people are burning and burying, and you are not living it, and it's not optimizing life. Everything you should go and enjoy. That is called living. And if you have all these dimensions in your life fully, that's optimizing life. That is called goal setting in our life. So you should enjoy life the best. When you live, there should not be even a single regret. I did not do this. Enjoy living. I love living. Thank you so much, my friends. Thank you so much. Okay, now I took this session on goal setting for a very specific purpose. You have taken a session on goal setting. I have taken a session on goal setting apart from the time factor. Was there any difference? What is the difference?
The storytelling.
Storytelling.
Connect easy. You connect easily with the lunch.
Yes.
Giving example of each and every aspect.
Okay.
Making concept easy to understand. I'm going to give you examples. Like learning brand, making.
So there is a lot of examples there.
You took us to a journey.
That was a journey.
To imagine, you also said your goal should be, you should dream big. You not to get like, don't
Yes,
small.
yes.
What about myself, my family, and my
It was well connected.
dreams?
Very excellent.
Most important difference.
All aspects of life.
All aspects were covered.
All
Now, yes sir.
It's not one dimensional, it is multiple.
Multiple dimensions. Okay, can you have this one? Look at this. How many of you are aware of this event? It's called National Achievers Conference. NAC. It happens in Mumbai, every city now. Have you come across this? Let me tell you something about this event. It's the biggest event that happens in the training industry in the world. What is this event? For example, there are several generations of trainers we have experienced in this planet. The first trainer to the world was Dale Carnegie. That was the first generation. Yeah. Then came the second generation after Dale Carnegie in 1950s. The second generation came Zig Ziglar, Stephen Covey. They were the second generations. Then after them came the third generation of trainers. The first two generations, they were either from a church or from as a motivational trainer who wanted to empower people. They came. The third generation of trainers started from Anthony Robbins, Brian Tracy. All these people, when they came into the world as trainers, they came from a different route as multi-level marketing people. They were basically motivational speakers then. Then when they came into training, they were very aggressive salesmen. They wanted to do something in a huge number. Now, if Dale Carnegie has 50 people in his class, they wanted 5,000 people in that class. So how to go about it? They created an event called National Achievers Conference. This event is from morning 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. where under one roof some 2,000, 3,000 people are brought in. And from morning to evening there are several speakers who come on the stage and address them. And the most important agenda of the day is there are 5 or 6 trainers who come to the stage. Each trainer is given 90 minutes time and they are going to come and sell their training program to the audience. And say this is the program I am going to conduct for you. If you want to join this program, register now. The program will happen next month. So this song is an introductory seminar for combined for many trainers together. Then everybody can get their work done on the same day. So this started happening and it happened in many parts of the world. It was happening for nearly 25 years before it came to India. It was never happening in India. 25 years it was happening all other parts, nearest place was Singapore. But something that happened in this was so many trainers who went on the stage as trainers, not even once an Indian was considered as a trainer in the stage. They only considered either a white man or a black man or even an Asian guy from Japanese and these guys, but never an Indian was considered as a trainer. The reason they had was Indians do not have the killer instinct to go and sell training programs to people. They were philosophically good people, but on stage they should be successful. They spend crores of money to create the event. And if a trainer goes to the stage and fails to sell, then the whole event will become a failure. So they never have confidence in it. Then 2014, first time this event was brought to India. So one of the person took a franchise and said, I will conduct the same event in India. And when he wanted this, the one thing he wanted was, he said, I want Indians to come on stage. But initially they refused. They said, Indians we cannot allow. We will send the trainers. You organize the event. 2014 he tried, he couldn't get. 2015 he tried. Again they refused. But when it came to 2016, he was again fighting with them back saying, give me one chance. I'll put one trainer. If he is successful, then you allow the Indians there. Finally they told him, okay, find out who is that, tell us. Then they did a lot of research, found out who is that one trainer in India has gone to the stage maximum number of time and sold training programs successful. And by God's grace, they found out my name. They came to the stage. Indian speaker in a NAC stage. Personally saying, I was not very excited, but I was embarrassed. I generally never go to a common platform anywhere to address. I am available as a trainer only inside my class. I don't go out to any club or any speech or chief guest. I have never done all these things. And why so many other people are speaking, why should I go and stand on that stage and speak? So I wanted to avoid it. But I had two reasons very compelling to me. The first reason was, I was very angry. Why? You mean Indians cannot do that? What's wrong with you guys? I never found them as something superior the soil which gave wisdom to the whole world. If we cannot do it, how can they do it better than us? So I said, okay, I will come once. I will do this. And the second reason I had was this man. This was that, not in Mumbai, I did it in Hyderabad. Dennis Bailey. This man, not many people knew about him in our country. But a huge legend in training. Because he belonged to the second generation of trainers to the world. Along with Stephen Covey and Zig Ziglar, he was one of the trainers in US. And all the rest of those trainers, they are dead. Nobody is alive. He is the only living legend in the training industry who belongs to the second generation of trainers to the whole world. So I was about to share the stage with him. First time he was coming to India. So I was excited. Dennis is coming, then how can I miss this? I will be with him on stage. So I went to Hyderabad. I was with him a lot of time with dinner, breakfast, everything. We were chatting together. The day started. There was thousands of people sitting there, around 2,000 people in that hall. I finished my event in the afternoon. That was not the main event today. But the main agenda was evening 6 p.m. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. was Dennis to speak. He was the main keynote speaker. The auditorium was full, packed, in pin drop silence to listen to this man. And I was sitting in the front row. There was a sofa. And I was sitting at the edge of the sofa looking at this man like this. I did not want to miss even a single word that comes out of him. I know every word should be a pearl of wisdom. I wanted to take it back as much as I can. I was sitting there. And I also had one more reason to sit there. Something I was worried. Imagine you become a trainer or a speaker and you go and give a speech for 2 hours. How much we can charge them? How much they will pay? Through a speech you have to give somewhere. Imagine how much they will charge us.
For 2 hours?
For 2 hours giving a speech, how much can you charge?
If carries a value,